techniques and shop exclusive deals.
All from the comfort of your home.
So whether you're a beginner or a seasoned maker,
Get ready to craft, shop, and be inspired.
Hobbycraft TV. Watch, create, innovate.
So then, welcome back. Yes, it is 1:30. Everyone's had a break, if you know what I mean. It's that time of the afternoon. And we now head into a two-show special of resin. You're going to love it. Now, I love resin, but resin comes in many different forms. And today, we've got something really, really interesting for you. Look at in front of me, everything you see. Yes, it looks like it could be clay. Yes, looks like it could be something like it's china or polished. You've got so many different ways with Eli Chem. What we're going to show you with Aaron today is how you can create all these lovely things. And this is getting almost messy, but not messy, if you know what I mean, because it's a very clean craft, but it creates all these wonderful effects. I mean, let's be honest, if you could create things like this at home very easily, but without the hours and hours and hours of cure time, almost instantaneous, while you wait almost, that's what we're talking about. Having a, look at this, the word craft in a mould that you could make at home, and making and selling is something I know that people want to do, but what if, look at this donut down here, pots, you name it. Hopefully we're going to give you the opportunity with the right mould to do that today with Eli Chem. We're going to start with Aqua Cast TURBO. Before we do any of that, I'm not going to talk about any of the details, any of the money. I just want to talk about the man who's going to take us through this afternoon and hopefully get you addicted to resin work. Now go to the website immediately because all the products are there. Maybe you've bought before and you think, oh, it's back. I know that. I used to do that. Well, if you want to do it again, we've got choose a letter. So obviously with our first Aqua Cast TURBO kit, the 1 kilo FastCast white alphabet silicone mould, you choose your letter. Because earlier on when I was prepping with Aaron, I'm thinking, what if I don't want H? I don't know what to do with an H.
Well, I brought an H and a C, Dean, just to make up. Well,
Hobbycraft,
I wonder what. Yeah, exactly.
See,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
But you get to choose your letter. I thought that was really lucky that you'd bought those. But
It's just a complete coincidence.
Nice to see you. Put it there, my friend.
Thank you.
It's our first time together, and I'm really excited because I love something new. The first question I've got, number one, what is it and is it easy? Because at home you're thinking, I've tried resin before, it all got a bit messy, and I failed.
So, resins move on in time.
Yes.
Technology changes, innovation comes in. People seem to think, oh, you know, mobile phones get better, the internet gets quicker, chemicals don't. Well, they do.
Okay.
So we like to be at the forefront of innovation, so we're always bringing out newer materials. They may be faster setting, they may be less toxic, they may be more user-friendly.
Sounds all good to me so far.
So AquaCast is kind of at the leading edge of that movement.
Okay.
What AquaCast is, it's generically referred to as an eco-resin,
Okay.
which means, or a bio-resin, which means it's not a harsh chemical mix like epoxies are, okay?
Right.
Although within epoxies, there's many different levels of toxicity of epoxies. AquaCast is water activated.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a mineral-based system. So basically, when you work with it, you start with a powder and you add water. And within a period of time, hence coming onto the turbo, because that is the fastest one that you'll find, you can demold.
Look at, listen, and it's, I think if you know, this is actually hard. This isn't a soft thing. That looks amazing straight away. So how does it work? What do I need? And in this kit, we're going to get everything we need. I'll give you the details now for £57.90. It's 2.5 kilos of the AquaCast. That's the big pot here.
That's
and
the turbo, yes.
The
That's
turbo.
Yeah.
And then you get 1 kilo of the
FastCast.
FastCast.
Yeah.
How does it work? Do I mix them together? Or?
No, so there are two different products.
Okay.
So the reason why we're going to do the show with them both is to create contrast. Because as you've seen here, the AquaCast TURBO creates this lovely concrete ceramic raw industrial effect.
Really nice.
Whereas if you look down the front here, I'll grab some of these, the FastCast is your clear, glossy, smooth effect.
Yeah,
so the two look great together.
So if I do this and put them side by side, one creates this rough concrete, which I actually really like.
Yeah.
Could you polish that?
You can't polish it as such, but you
You're
can...
not like real concrete you can polish, can't you?
No, what you can do is we make a sealer, a gloss sealer for it, that you brush over if you want that glossy
Sounds
effect.
great, but if you do want to go glossy, you want to go down this
If
route,
you want something that sets as it is here and doesn't need polishing.
Let me grab this as well, because this is beautiful, look. Yeah. That is a rose within the skull, and it's a work of art, but you don't need to have any skills because the product does the work for you. If you're liking this already, you need to be quick because I think we're going to be a busy, busy afternoon. A bit of a saving. Now, you do also get a mould because we thought we want to get you started. You want to be doing something you get home. Yeah. So you're going to get a mould, this nice big, and I'll hold this up because it's nice to get scale. These are big, chunky letters. Now you get to choose your letters. So when you go onto the website, choose your order, choose which letter you would like, okay? And at the moment, we have all of the letters.
We don't.
Oh, we don't?
4 of them are already sold out.
Oh my goodness. Oh no, do we know which ones they are?
I think there's an E that's not, the ones that are not available, I think it's an E, an S and an M, but don't quote me on that.
Okay.
When they go on the website, they'll see the choice.
I think I'm being told as well. So
Possibly,
they EJL. Yeah. Sorry about that. But anyway, it is what it is. That's why you need to be quick. So that's your freebie. I mean, we're throwing that in for you anyway. So that's your first kit. That's the first kit we're going to be doing.
Yes.
Should we just crack on? Because we can look at other stuff later. Can we just do some?
We
can. Come on, Aaron, let's do it.
Of course.
Listen, if this is a 2-show special, so how we're going to plan it is we're going to do a lot of demos in part 1 and do the reveal in part 2. Now, how many shows do you know in resin that you can do all the reveals in part 2? Well, this is the show, and this is to prove we're live. Remember, give you a time check. It's 25 to 2 on a Friday. I don't know what day it is.
It's a Friday, yeah.
So that's the time. So we'll be revealing these in part 2. And the reason we're doing it in part 2 is so we can get lots and lots of demonstrations done. We can do lots of mixes. If you have any questions, studio@hobbycraft.co.uk. We're here. Aaron's here for all of those. And anything that's maybe stopping you from buying, or if you've been using other type of epoxy resins and it's put you off a little bit, don't be. Ask the questions. I'm sure you'll be absolutely hooked with this by the end.
Right, so I've gone ahead and prepped everything to save time. I've put gloves on. It's not through any harm to my skin, not for reasons of that. It's just to keep my hands clean. I mean, when you're mixing and you spill on your hands, then you've got to drop everything and wipe it all off. So
so it's convenience.
Yes, I mean, I always recommend protect your surface. Wear gloves because it's just working in a smarter way.
I wear gloves when I do painting.
Yeah,
for example.
industrial hygiene.
Skin,
yeah.
but
People wear gloves when they wash dishes. That doesn't mean dishwashing water is going to harm your skin.
Gotcha.
Eco resins are completely benign. They are not harmful. They're not aggressive to your skin. They are not toxic.
Great.
Yeah. Right. So Aqua Cast TURBO has a mixing ratio of 2.5 to 1. So 100 to 40. 100 parts powder, 40 parts water. Now, we could sit here with scales and measure it all out, but that's not great viewing. So what we're going to do is, because I've worked with it so much, I can eyeball it.
Right.
So I know the correct viscosity. I know the correct consistency that you can then pour with. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water.
And this is the concretey one. Yes,
this is the concretey one, yeah. What you can do in the meantime is choose, if you want it to be white, we can mix it as it is, or we can add a colour to it. We can
right, now it's exactly right, because we do have the colours in the show as well. So if you wanted to... Oh, we don't?
No, the colours are not in the bundle this time.
But we can we go... we're having some problem with the colours, so ignore that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The colours are optional. I mean, it doesn't detract from the product's performance.
No, it's just...
But we can leave it as it is. We can leave it white.
But just put pigment, we add your own pigments later on. We'll talk about that in a little while.
Yeah, I can tell the viewers exactly which pigments work best with which.
Okay, superb.
Yeah. Okay, so you see
how long we mix? It's just mixing like a paste.
You mix it for about 2 to 3 minutes, just until you get the consistency. This is a little bit too thick and a bit gloopy, so it's not going to flow very well into the mould. So I'm just going to...
So you're not looking for a sort of a wallpaper filler
No. You're looking for like double cream.
Thank you. That's what I'm after. Yeah. Lovely.
So it doesn't take much, just a splash of water. Because you can also put too much water and go the other way. And then it's too runny and too thin. Then you've got to put more powder in. So you're kind of playing catch up.
So you can do both ways, though, if you go over. Right, okay.
The product is quite forgiving, although it's fast curing. It gives you about 5 minutes of working time, which doesn't sound like much, but when you only have to really stir it and add pigments if you want to, it's enough time. So I'm just going to pop this down. Also, when you mix, take care that you're scraping the bottom and scraping the sides.
And getting
Otherwise,
all of the
you get powder that clings
Do
to
you
the
get
side.
do you get a sting, or these are yours, your mixers?
The
Stirrer.
the stirrers. I mean, we have them there. It's an optional thing. If you want us to send you a stirrer, just put it in your order notes. We can send you a stirrer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But you can use like a palette knife.
You can use so many things, and also the beauty about this product is you just wash everything off with water.
That's amazing, isn't it? That's
you
what
don't
you want.
need solvents
And
or
actually,
cleaning
when you
solvents.
can do that, I always think any product you can wash with water tends to give you a feeling of security anyway. Because if you're using water, we know what water is. We drink the blooming stuff. So you know you've got water-based paints, water-based this, you just
Exactly,
confident.
and also it makes the plastics multi-use. They're not one-time plastic only, so
That's
you
a
just
good
reuse
point.
that many times over. You reuse the cup. many
really
times
good
over.
point. Yeah.
Okay, so if you have a look at that, Dean, how it's coming off the spatula.
Yeah.
Is that on?
Sort of
if you
running.
get tight on that. I'll hold it over in one place. That's where you want it to be. You want it to flow, and you also want it to be slightly watery enough to get the mixing bubbles out. Because while I've been stirring, I've been introducing air, and the air, when the product cures, shows up as holes. As
Right.
mini pinholes.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to get the air out. So by having the consistency just at that right balance,
You shouldn't have any air bubbles.
you will have some air bubbles, but you can get rid of them just by tapping the mold, which I will show
Okay.
you shortly. Okay. Another thing to do really is in your mold is just to pour from one side, because as the product runs, it's going to push the air out with it.
Oh, that's a top tip. Nice one. Yes.
So, 'cause
because you're
you-
tempting to go all the way around.
You go all the way
aren't
around, you're just going to plop a lot of air underneath it, and then it's more difficult to remove. So I'm just going to one side. I'm just going to let it settle under its own gravity.
It's almost like a levelling compound at this point, isn't it? You just let it do its own thing.
Yeah, so just by tapping that, you'll have a look and see. It's really just finding its own level. And at the same time, just by tapping that, you're going to get the bubbles to come to the surface. You can also lift and
Oh, yeah, classic.
them all like
Like
that.
tapping your concrete, isn't
slap and tap, I think it's called in the trade.
it? That's it.
Yeah. So I've only done halfway because obviously that's now going to be our concrete effect.
Yeah.
And we're going to go on top of it with the FastCast. We haven't talked
okay.
about the FastCast yet.
No, we haven't. No.
So Aqua Cast TURBO, that's in. We've left it unpigmented, so that's going to be a
And
a
how
white
long
colour.
is that going to take to set?
We could take this out the mould in about 20 minutes. if we
Wow,
wanted
that
to.
quick.
Yeah.
So it is instant
Actually-
craft.
Yeah, and it actually says if you read on the bucket.
I am the fastest eco-resin ever.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a claim, isn't it? And absolutely. So if you want to get that's available right now. $57.90 is the full kit. It's called AquaCast, and I know a lot of you've used it in the past. As I say, if you want to buy yours for today, a 2.5 kilo pot is massive. That's quite a lot in there
It's a lot.
for £22.80. Fab price. And bear in mind, this is Craft Fest. If you're spending over £40, you can get a £10 credited back to your account as well. So there's in this show more reason to maybe buy a few other things, because once you get started there'll be other things you want to do, because of course these are silicone molds. I take
These
it.
are silicone moulds, and they're reusable many times over.
Any silicone mold will do.
Any silicone mould, any latex mould, even people even use steel and wood moulds. They just line them with a release agent.
Right. Okay.
However, so just coming back to what you
Yes,
said
sir,
about
yeah.
how much you get, just to give it some perspective, I used 200 grams for this mix. So that's basically less than a tenth of what you get for that. Yeah. It's
Good, isn't it?
It's a 15.
Value for money. Value for money. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Right then. Okay. While that's curing,
Yep.
we're going to go to the next level now, and
Yeah.
we're going to talk in AquaCast.
So that was our concrete sort of raw industrial finish.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go to the smooth glossy product.
Okay.
The shiny product, which is a clear FastCast resin. FastCast because exactly that. You can pour and demold within about 12 minutes. That's it.
So let me just
rapid.
get back. Let me just remind you. We've gone from this. We've just poured
Yeah.
the mould to make this concrete.
Without the grey pigment. just
Without the grey
white.
pigment.
Yeah.
Oh, let me pick the white one up.
There's some white ones in the front there.
Is there? Oh, doesn't matter. I'll take this. Anyway, imagine this is white because we put the pigment in this one.
Okay.
So imagine white. I think they can manage that at home.
They can do that, yeah.
So this is that lovely textured concrete look we're going to get from our first pour. However, if you want something like this, and this is the thing that catches people's eye, a clear resin like this. Now, back in the day when this first started to come out years ago, it'd be a smelly process. You'd have to open the windows. You'd have to get rid of your kids for the weekend, and I don't know. But look at that. How gorgeous is that with the flower inside? We're going to do that live right now.
Now, we make two different types of FastCast. We made what we call FastCast Natural, and what I brought today is FastCast White. Now, you're going to go and say, well, that's not white. It isn't, but it becomes white.
Okay.
So it has a little bit of a double personality. So
Don't we all?
yeah. So when you mix it initially, let's say we leave the pigments out, because this can also be pigmented. If you leave the pigments out, it will be sort of like a pale honey-coloured colour until it starts to cure, and then it goes white.
Okay.
Now, the reason for that is because you can then add a bright coloured pigment in the beginning, and you're not going to end up with that bright garish colour. It's going to soften. As the FastCast turns white as it dries, it pastelizes the colour.
Right, okay.
So you can start with a vibrant pink, and you can end up with a really pastel soft pink.
Right, okay,
so that's
nice.
quite a neat thing about it. So yeah.
It's a proper chemistry lesson, this, isn't it? I quite like it.
This is an easy system to work with. It's a 1-to-1. So 1 part resin, 1 part hardener.
Easy.
And 1 part, when we say 1 part, we're talking about by volume or weight. The reason I've got my glasses on is because we're going to do it by volume.
Okay.
And I need to be able to see what I'm pouring.
Of course you do.
So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to take that up to around, let's go 150 resin and 150 hardener. 150 millilitres, okay? No smell, nothing unpleasant.
Do you know what? You're absolutely right. I mean, I can smell nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on here.
There's nothing to smell. I mean, we work hard at making the products much more user-friendly. Right, so now I'm going to take it up to 300 grams because we had 150 resin. So we had 150 hardener.
And this is all explained in the instructions, I take it, when you get
very
the products.
very clearly on all the labels.
On all the bottles, right.
Yeah, right. So are we leaving this unpigmented? You want to see it go from a pale colour to a white?
I think we go clear to start with, unpigmented,
okay.
leave it as it is. I think that's because we've got 2 shows and we can do this again and do a pigmented one, so everyone at home gets to see it.
Okay.
And also how easy this is. Something you can do in your kitchen or your craft room.
Dean, by the way, while we've been chatting, have a feel of that. That's already gone solid.
Oh, it has, isn't it?
It's not quite ready to demold, but
it's on its way.
That's on its way, yeah. You
And
should be able to feel some warmth as well.
And someone who's that impatient like I am, this is perfect for me.
So again, I'm just going to carefully scrape the outsides and the...
If you're thinking, what am I going to do with those school holiday? October half term's coming up at the end of the month, isn't it? Yeah, no, end of October, I think it is, October half term. What do you do? Or something different, especially when you've got kids who are a little bit older, teenagers or something, early teenagers, 12 to 15, or they're hard to impress, aren't they? They're hard to impress.
This is instant gratification because literally you can turn these things around in less than half an hour.
Exactly.
And then you can do the next one, and you can use your mould again and again and again. So right, I've mixed it. I've mixed it for about around a minute, which is enough time. And now we're just going to literally throw
Same technique again, or can you
Same
pour
technique.
this one in?
This is slightly watery, more runny, which means the bubbles will come out much easier on their own. So I can afford to just play around with the... Okay. So now when you have a look at the colour that it is now, and you'll see what's going to happen as it cures, you'll start seeing it's going to really, and we'll leave some in the cup to go off as well, so you can see how it goes white. I'm just going to double cup this.
So this is it's like a creamy opaque look now, isn't it?
When it before it dries, yeah. As it dries,
white. Now you've had a little drip there. That doesn't matter.
No, that doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just going to clear it off with that there. We've got some paper here, but if you left that to dry, that would just peel off the silicone.
Okay,
that wouldn't
good.
stick to the silicone.
So now we're going to get a 2-layered look. Now we're going to get the concrete underneath with a clear on the top. I can't wait to see that. And that just proved the point straight away that you can mix these products up, and that's really important. Now you know what it does. Now you know how it works. Now it's a good time to go and look at maybe some of the things that Aaron's bought with us today.
Sure.
Because you can talk me through some of these things, because if you go that side, I go this side. I mean, let's start from the top, because this is amazing. I mean, this is very impressive technique here.
So what we did with this one is we took the FastCast, so the FastCast resin has got one enemy in this world, and that is water, or anything with moisture in. It reacts adversely with the resin. It basically froths and foams with the resin, which is great if you want to create that effect, because you know how to... I did wonder,
it looks like a foam
It looks like
sponge.
a wafer,
yeah.
And that's because the water has been introduced into that FastCast and it is adversely reacted. So basically it's a happy mistake, if you want to call it that. And then we've drizzled it over with pigmented resin just to give it that
looks amazing. And these from the cup look really cool.
So these are another one of it's not the FastCast I've shown today, it's one we call Rapido, which we've actually done before on TV with you guys. And this is a product that is even quicker than the FastCast, hence it's been able to dry in
as it's
space,
pouring.
as it's
wow.
pouring. Yeah.
And then what about things like this? I mean, how do you achieve something like a ball?
So the ball is, these are basically balloon castings. So you make a balloon and you with the AquaCast, you mix it very gloopy, very stodgy, and you pack it basically around the balloon. Let it dry.
And that's the first one we did, yes?
That's the first one, but not in the consistency that I used. You don't want it pourable because it's just going to run everywhere. You want it very
so
gloopy.
You can actually make it, you can still use it if you use it in a different consistency?
Yes, it will always still cure. It just depends. The viscosity or the consistency will determine what you want to pour it into or what you want to pack it around.
Fabulous stuff. That's amazing. And again, as we come down the front here, we're getting more of this. For me, I love. This is great because it looks like concrete, very industrial, isn't it? And this could be an award. Honestly, this would be great for a golf day. The donut of the day, you know, the person with an Earth score and all that. Nips, donut, worst day, donut award, wooden spoon, donut award. Look at that. He's the donut. Yeah, he'll have that.
I heard you saying the best way to find water on Mars is to send you up with a 5-iron. That'll be the prize for finding.
No, but a bigger prize than that if I find water on Mars with a 5-iron. Actually, no, probably be it would be a 5-iron. Now, what about the colours now? Because we're going to talk about that in just a second.
Yes.
Now the black here. What's all that about?
So the black is the AquaCast Black, which we're going to cover in the next show. The reason why we have an AquaCast Black is because the AquaCast White that we've shown now is a very dominant, very strong white to begin with. So if you want to get a black item at the end of the day, and you think you can just add black pigment to it, not really.
Right, okay.
You'll end up with a grey. You'll end up with similar to this here.
Right, a grey.
Why? Because no matter how much black pigment you put in, that dominant white is going to override it.
Okay.
So the market said to us, well, give us something that's we can get a black result with. So we built AquaCast Black from the ground up to be black.
Right.
So you don't need to pigment it. You just mix it the same way you would have mixed the white, but it is going to be a much starker, solid black.
And it's a great thing, again, because you get so many different results. It's not just about how it looks, it's the texture. Can you paint these? Can you decorate them?
Yeah, you can. And that's a very common application, because a lot of people say, well, you don't have a pigment that is the color I want, so I'm going to make it in pure white, and then I'm either going to spray paint it afterwards, or I'm going to actually brush paint it to whatever I want.
So the world's literally your oyster, isn't it, when it comes to all of this? It depends what you want to do. It depends what the effect you want to have. But you know, the main thing, get someone try it first and have a play and see what you can do with it, because then your creative juices will take over and you will start. I mean, the balloon idea is a great idea, isn't it, for the kids? And just slap it on, put some rubber gloves on and just slap it on with your gloves. $21.99 is the AquaCast Black, 1.1 kilos. We're back in a few moments. We're going to be doing some demos with that as well. We'll be curing and making resin products live on the TV screens, because we're here until 3 o'clock. And I have to say, absolutely incredible products. Please put your order in nice and early, because we tend to find very, very popular when this has been on the TV in the past. So you can get your order in. I'll see you after this.
Summer parties are over, but have no fear, Craft Fest is here. From the 22nd of September, earn £10 credit on your account for every £40 you spend. And that's not all. Every single day, one lucky crafter will win back the value of their basket in credit. Don't forget, if you're new to Hobbycraft TV, sign up today and you'll receive an additional 15% off your second order. Join the Festival of Fun on Freeview 97 or watch online at hobbycraft.co.uk/TV. Craft Fest, don't miss it.
Join us on Hobbycraft TV on Freeview 97 and online, where innovation meets inspiration. We're bringing you over 100 incredible brands, with exciting new products, live demonstrations, and exclusive deals to help you learn, create, and craft like never before. Hobbycraft TV. Watch, create, innovate.
I'm so glad you're here with us this afternoon, Hobbycraft TV, because we have a product that you can use. It's going to act instantly, you're going to get instant results, and it's going to make you feel really, really crafty. I think something you'd be able to share with the whole family. Eli Chem have brought us 2.5 kilos of Aqua Cast Turbo and 1 kilo of the FastCast White. So what we're doing is getting two effects here. Let me grab these again, because if you want to create a concrete style, I mean, this has got some pigment in, so this has gone grey, but a white and a concrete style, quite rough, quite rugged, organic look, you can do that with your cast, regardless of what you're casting. And remember, if you've got lots of silicone moulds at home already, this is going to be great for you. But if you want to go smooth, we've also included in this kit the fast cast, so you can get this smooth. Now, this has obviously got a pigment in. We can talk about that a little bit later on. But today we're going to be doing some raw casting. So we've saw in the first demonstration was Sam saying that it's going to turn white. It's already gone white over there. We'll come back to it in just a second. But these also can still be painted if you want to. Spray paint, if you like to do sort of spray painting on there. But isn't that the most amazing thing? So if you do have silicone moulds already, now obviously don't use your cooking ones, they're for cooking, this is for crafting. But if you've got crafty moulds already and you've tried other techniques that you have to wait for, why not give the AquaCast a try in those? It's super clean, it pops out really easily, and it's done in about 20 minutes to half an hour. So you can start crafting and get the results the same day. You could even do this as part of a craft show and do things for people, and they come back in half an hour and their thing's ready. I mean, so there's lots of things you could be doing. You just need to get into the world of AquaCast and the FastCast. Doesn't smell, it's not a mess, it's water-based, it doesn't hurt the skin. We're wearing gloves because it's just easy. It's like when I do painting, decorating, I put gloves on because I don't want to get paint on my hands because it's just a pain to keep wiping my hands. So safe, great around the kids as well. Obviously supervised if you're doing your pouring and bits and pieces, but definitely give it a try. Now it's £57.90, so if you want to spread the cost of that, £20.95 is one of your 3 payments, including your postage. Now then, what am I getting for my money? Well, huge, 2.5 kilos. You've got a huge 2.5 kilos, and then you've got these, which are, what size are these again? These 500s?
So that's a 1 kilo kit. 500 gram resin, 500 gram hardener.
And it's 50-50. What I love about this, we said earlier, it's just the same, one-on-one. So if you're using 100 mils, 100 mils, whatever it may
100
be.
100 mils, 100 gram, 100 gram, weight or volume.
And the same with this. It's one of those things where mix, sort of we said earlier on top, like thick double cream, pourable cream.
And even that's modifiable. It doesn't have to be like
that.
that.
You said, to put gloves on, you could just slap it on a balloon and let it go set. You saw the samples a few moments ago. We'll do more of those in a little while. One thing we are giving, we're going to throw in a letter as part of the deal. However, you can choose which is left, because if you go to the website and do the drop down, there's no A's. No, what else?
No J's, no J's, no M's. They're gone.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That's how popular it is. It is a freebie. It's the one we're throwing in. But obviously, don't forget, you can go and purchase your silicone moulds anywhere. All I will say, I'm doing this because I don't like doing this to grown-ups, but I have to do it because it's telly. Don't use the same one for your cooking and your thing. Keep them separate for your crafting, but you know that. Right then, demo-wise, earlier on, literally 10 minutes ago, look at that. And that's already turned, and that's that pure white you were talking around, yeah?
Yeah, so that as it cures, gets its second personality, so it turns white. Really impressive if you add a bright colour.
That's the before?
Yeah, there you go. So do you want to do the honours and demould? Because pretty much you can take that out.
Can I?
You can.
So, really, ready to go?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's still quite warm.
It's fun. Go ahead.
Oh, this is so much fun. Ready? Hello, everybody. Look, so there's your top white, and then underneath, look. This is very, very, very shiny, and this is a bit more matte.
That's like almost like white concrete.
But because it's in a pure silicone mould, it is beautifully, perfect. How do we get it looking like the concretey bit, like earlier on?
That would be a grey pigment or a black pigment that you would have added to it.
That's amazing. That wasn't even 20 minutes.
No, and also you can see just how well it uniformly cures. So your mould, there's no residue, there's no spills, there's no crumbs, and
there's no cleaning up.
No.
You can just crack on with the next mould.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that. So there's the C. We've got to do an H now.
Now, if you remember, there's some pieces there that have like fragments of black on white or fragments of white.
It's live.
It's solid.
It's so. I can't believe that's so quick.
It's quick. Yeah.
I'm really impressed. Really, really impressed. And so we've got to do an H now, though. We've got to do both. So
We can do the H.
We'll have them in the studio.
We saw earlier those pieces where you have fragments of black in the white or fragments of white in the black.
Yeah.
We call that terrazzo effect.
Okay.
Terrazzo. And the way we do that is you keep what's left in the cup after mixing, and then literally just by squashing it up, you get lots of different fragments. Those fragments, so when we now do the AquaCast black mix, we can tip those fragments into it.
So there's no waste.
There's no waste. So then when you pour it into the H, when we demold it, you will see some of them at the surface, but you may have to use sandpaper to expose them properly, like you see in those examples.
We'll do that live. Should we do it? Are you planning to do that?
I can do that. No
Right,
problem.
more demos. Come on, let's do
demos.
some more stuff. We're in your hands, my friend.
Right, grab the H mold there for us.
Let's grab the H.
We don't need
for
we don't need
Hobbycraft.
the C anymore. Right, so again, I prepped up some AquaCast black. So AquaCast black is also an eco resin, right? Also water activated, also completely, the word you liked, benign, non-aggressive, non-toxic, no smell, can be used around the house, can be used by kids, can be used around pets, can be used in an environment where you normally wouldn't work with epoxy, for example. Okay.
This is just so good, isn't it? I am literally speechless how good this product is, because it's been thought about, and it's just been thought about from a customer point of view, the end user point of view. And really, if you can make a batter, or if you can make, I don't think all things you mix in your kitchen, because this literally is just mixing up some powder and some water.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I mean, it's always be careful when you're working with chemicals in a kitchen, because although this will be fine, a lot of people don't only use this product; they use pigments that have got alcohol in them. They use spray paints. They use all sorts of other aggressive materials, and then it kind of gets lumped into one craft project. Separated from the kitchen, just work in another.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Yeah. When I say that, I mean, I'm talking about probably your craft room, to be fair.
Right. Can you grab the small AquaCast black, the small one, the bottle?
Oh, yeah,
the 1.5, because I am going to add a little bit more powder to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll leave it to you.
So literally just going to be.
And this is something you'll get a feel for, won't you? After a while,
Yeah.
When you've done this, you'll sort of get a feel for the consistency.
There is a mix ratio, predetermined mix ratio, which is on the instructions, but because we're not going to get a scale out and do it, I'm just eyeballing it.
Yeah.
I've worked with it a lot, so I know the consistency that would match up with the right weight.
Exactly. And I think you'll get there eventually. How are we doing? Do you think
we'll need a little bit more. It's always advisable to put little bits at a time. It's easier to mix.
Yes.
If you throw too much in at one time, it gets really, really thick, and then the bottom may end up being dry while the top's very mixed. So.
Right. Honestly, I can't put across enough on the screen how non-smelly this is, and how non-invasive this is. Because normally this is an invasive product for your eyes, and you this and you've got the windows open. It's a bit pink, a bit pongy.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know that we were doing resin work.
Yeah.
And it's the formulation. That's what it's about. And if you've gone away from resin because you found it a little bit too invasive and you found it a little bit too hard, or maybe you're just nervous about it, mixing and all sorts of things, you don't need to be anymore. All water-based. Clean up with water, clean the pots with water, or as I say, as we just mentioned, crumple the pieces up and use them in your next design. That's a great way.
Yeah. So remember we were talking about putting the white fragments in to create that terrazzo effect?
Yeah.
We're going to do that shortly. I'm just going to put one more dose of powder in. See, at the moment, it's a little bit on the runny side.
Yeah, I've got you, yeah.
So,
already I'm learning.
Yeah. The reason why I put too much water in the beginning is because we don't have two products to fill the mold. We're just going to use this one.
Right.
So I've got to mix more quantity than I had of the other one.
Oh, I see, right.
So I added more water to begin.
We had 2 layers, didn't we?
We had 2 layers.
Yeah,
this is going to be 1 layer, although it will have the white fragments that
I'm absolutely, I honestly don't know what to say. It's so cool, isn't it? And it's still warm actually, because of the chemical processes going on.
Yeah.
And there's a little fine edge on there that you might want to take off with a knife or maybe a bit of sanding. But you could paint this now. You could spray that if you wanted to, couldn't you?
You can drill holes into it. You can put a hanger onto it. You can mount it on a board. You can make it as part of a collage, a 3D sort of effect. There's a lot of things you can do with it. Right,
this is within your reach right now. $21.99 if you want to go for that AquaCast Black. If you want for this one, all the details on the website. It's literally, you could have your own name in there. TV's Dean Wilson. I don't think she'll. What about things like weddings and birthdays and that sort of thing on the table? You know, you can put the initials of the bride and the groom, the bride and the bride,
Yeah.
and such and such. And is there an ampersand on there? Is there pluses and there's different things on there?
Yeah, I mean, you can get ampersands, you can get dollar signs, you can get exclamation marks.
So there are not on with our show today,
not
not on our
our
website today,
yeah.
but there are all available in the future. So again, whatever idea you've got, I'm sure there's something you're going to be able to do. Here we go.
So I'm just mashing them up into proper little terrazzo effects. We can go over there after I've done this to have a look at what the end result will be.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I've left sort of irregular sized, sort of some lumpy, some small.
Oh, you put it straight in with it?
Put it straight in, yeah.
Oh, just gets easier and easier.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the technique thing. I'm waiting for the thing for you to go, right, okay, this is the bit that you need to listen to. But there isn't. You said, where'd you put it? Oh, you throw it in there.
So about becoming more user-friendly and offering products that can be taken off the shelf and used immediately.
Definitely.
Yeah. By the way, AquaCast is already in all the Hobbycraft stores nationwide, and very soon the black. We've just got the go-ahead now to supply black.
Oh, superb. So if you get it on the screens here now, but you can also, if you find yourself in a Hobbycraft store, there you go.
Right. Again, this is quite runny, low viscosity, so I can really move around.
So satisfying to watch, though, isn't it? This is great. I'm watching literally your next craft happening before your very eyes.
It's
really
quite relaxing.
exciting.
It's quite sort of therapeutic.
Exactly. And maybe you've just been stuck in the right, you've been doing the same thing and you've just been going, oh, I fancy something new. I don't know what to do, you know. And earlier on, Claire, our lovely guest, was saying, sometimes you've got to get out of your comfort zone. You know, maybe just today, Eli Chem and AquaCast products are out of your comfort zone. You've thought, I can't. Maybe you've thought, I can't do resin work. Yeah, you can. So how long is that going to take?
Can you see the bubbles popping?
Yes, I can.
So it's that like fizzing effect.
Yeah.
So we're just going to let that do that a little bit, and then we're just going to encourage it along just by doing that, and maybe just lifting the mold. This will take around half an hour before we can demold it. I don't know whether we'll have enough time in the show.
We've got another show. Yeah, we've got another 55 minutes.
Well, then we'll be able to demold it. Or you'll be able to do the honours.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Shall I show you what it's...
Well, that's what we do to get the result. Should we go and have a look at the result and
Yep.
what we've got here? Now, there's one of them there. So I thought that was someone just got blobby with a paintbrush. But it actually isn't, is it? If I come round here, I'm going to come round here. We're going to come to the front. Oh, it's that terrazzo. Look
Yes.
at that. See, I just thought... And I've got to be honest, don't laugh. I thought someone's given that to the kids and they've gone with a paintbrush like kids do. But that's actual effect.
Yeah. So that's a kind of double reverse. So we poured 2 stages into the trinket tray mold. What we did was we just inclined the trinket tray mold so that it only did one half.
Okay.
Didn't flow all the way through. And that was what we've done there. We've mixed AquaCast black with fragments of AquaCast white. And then when that was slightly hardened to the point where we could lay the trinket tray mold flat so it doesn't run, we then did the opposite.
And because it sets so quickly, you can do projects like this, can't you? I mean, you could even maybe draw, I don't know what they call, the little sticks, a cocktail stick, and do stuff while it's
you can
move the patterns around. There's lots of things you can do there.
I mean, here as well, you can put holographic. This is holographic paper.
Show the pictures. So, holographic paper.
Yes. So it comes on a sheet, and we cut it up, and basically just.
So do you put that in first?
No, this one here we dropped onto the finished pour.
Oh, okay.
Because if we put it in first, a lot of it's going to be hidden through the mass, through the thickness. So we drop that on because it's light. It's literally is a paper. It just sat on the top.
Can you imagine making things like this? This is just beautiful. Imagine that on your table, with fruit in or something. Now, can I varnish this? Do I need to varnish it?
You don't need to varnish it. As I said, we make a sealer. We'll make 2 different sealers, a matte sealer and a gloss sealer. The only time you'll need a sealer is if there's going to be water. So people sometimes put a plant on it, and the plant would sometimes, you water it.
Yeah.
So you will need to seal it then.
That's a great idea. We had a problem at home just recently, finding nice bowls to catch water in that aren't just those plastic things. They're horrible.
Or if it's going outdoors, then you'll need to seal it because it's going to be in the weather.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. And that's what you're creating when you're using the black, which is on your screens right now. It's the AquaCast Black, 1.1 kilos, £21.99. if you want to get that. That's the small little pot we were talking about. Right then, 3 different sizes. Okay, when I go back, I've got to get back up like this because I don't want to knock anything off. Now, we're going to come back with the 3 kilos because I need you to understand that there's, the more you buy, the better value it gets, really, at the end of the day. So, now, well, I don't know if it's a bit of string that I'm going to ask the question now. I mean, what sort of volume am I getting out of this when I'm buying 3 kilos? I mean, letters and things. We're talking dozens, surely.
So I mixed up of the black around 300 grams. So this is 10 times the quantity. So in theory, you'll be able to do 10 molds.
10 molds from this, 10 letters.
Yeah, 10 letters. Actually slightly more because that's just the powder. Remember, we're adding water to it. So usable material, 3 kilos, will give you around 5 kilos of usable mixture.
Right.
Because the water's still got to go into it.
Probably looking at about 15 letters then, maybe.
More than that.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a bit of string, isn't it? It depends how you go. So lots and lots and lots. However, if you want to take it to the next level, and I'm like this. I always buy. When I buy, I always go up. I always get the bit because I think I know I'm going to get addicted to it. I know so. Is that when you buy paint? Why do you buy a little paint? But buy 10 litres of the stuff. $93.99. And maybe you're thinking of classes. Maybe you're thinking of using this in an environment where you're teaching other people. 440626. This is the one you want to get.
Yeah.
It's 10 kilos of the Aqua Cast. Exactly the same product, just got more of it.
And Dean, that's not our largest size.
Is it not?
No, we have two bigger than that. We have a 15 kilo and we have a 25 kilo, which is basically a industrial size bucket, which we sell distributors and people who run courses. You mentioned courses.
Yeah.
You know, these like sort of champagne and art events, or children's birthday parties, or craft
I was thinking of schools
workshops
as well. I mean, if you could introduce this to schools and after school clubs and teach them, because in some ways you could introduce this as a chemistry lesson, couldn't you?
Well, it is chemistry.
Because it is chemistry. Because all of what I've learned from you already, Aaron, is the fact that the little things you keep telling me. The thing is, chemistry lesson, if you're a teacher thinking, I'll just dip into the budget at school and say, get some of this for the kids, they'd love it. 440626, if you want to go for the 10 kilos. People are ordering in their droves, particularly if you want to go for the black. But if you want the letters on their own, they're £6.50, but you need to be quick because we are losing. People are spelling out the names, you see, and then that's why we're losing letters quickly. Yeah. We will lose the vowels quite quickly. I've got a funny feeling. Yeah. About 5 inches by 5 inches, roughly?
It was a 15. We call them giant letter molds. They are 15 centimeters.
Well, 15 centimeters. I'm old school. Sorry, I'm all this 5 centimeter business. Be quick though, because you can guarantee that the letter with your name will go, especially if it's a vowel. So do that. We're going to be back in a few moments' time, because remember the main deal we're talking about that we started earlier on. And let me just remind you, Aaron did this. It's still warm. It's amazing. So at 2 levels here. We've got 2 products in one. So we started with Aqua Cast TURBO, which is this very concretey style that you can make. If you add pigment, you can start making it look like concrete. Sets in about 20 minutes. And then the FastCast, which is this pure white, beautiful gloss finish, which I think is absolutely perfect. Obviously, that's come out of one of the molds that you'll be getting if you're ordering today, but you can use your own silicone molds as well. £57.60, and we're going to throw a letter in. More to come in part 2, more reveals, and more from Eli Chem. There, see, told you. Yeah, 2:15, right the way till 3 was our last live hour of the day. We're going to do a little bit more of the resin with Aaron, and then we'll be showing you some repeats for the shows tomorrow of the day. Please stay with us. See you in a sec.
Seen something you love on Hobbycraft TV? Then shopping with us is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Item numbers are displayed on the left of the screen for products live right now. Simply head to hobbycraft.co.uk/TV. Browse what's on now, find other products you'll love, and simply add to your basket and follow the checkout. The first time you shop with us, you'll have the choice to create an account. Products will be dispatched and delivered straight to your door. You can also explore recent shows and find exclusive TV-only deals all in one place. Hobbycraft TV. Watch, create, innovate.
Hello there, my name's Den and I'm fortunate enough to be one of your presenters here on Hobbycraft TV. The thing I'm most looking forward to about Hobbycraft TV is reconnecting with crafters, is the inspiration that the guests will give. It's the products that will be coming to us, and I know that it's going to be an amazing experience. I think the best thing about shopping TV is that you get to see a vast array of items that you wouldn't normally see, and you get the most incredible prices as well. And all I really want to say is that I love craft, and the reason I love craft is very simple. It's crafters. It's ideas, it's inspiration, it's the people, and you're the people, and I'm hoping that you're going to join us here on Hobbycraft TV.
Join us on Hobbycraft TV on Freeview 97 and online, where innovation meets inspiration. We're bringing you over 100 incredible brands, with exciting new products, live demonstrations, and exclusive deals to help you learn, create, and craft like never before. Hobbycraft TV. Watch, create, innovate.
Hello, welcome to Hobbycraft TV. My name's Dean, and we have a treat for you today because brand new to the channel is your chance to use resin. Now, I know what you're thinking. Stop already. You're thinking, yeah, I've tried that, Dean. It was a mess and it smelled, and all the cups got hard, and I throw it all away, and it was a disaster, darling. Not now, because Eli Chem have bought us Aqua Cast TURBO and FastCast White. Two ways of pouring with no smell, water-based, easy to clean, and listen to this, sets and cures in 20 to 30 minutes. So you've got instant crafting. Now, whether you want to create with Aqua Cast TURBO a concrete effect. Now, the one I've got in my hand has got a bit of pigment in to make it grey, because you can add pigments and you can have colours and glitters and sparkle and all that if you want to. But this could be the concretey, rough, organic style that you're getting. And this is solid. Imagine 20 minutes to 30 minutes, that's ready to go. Paint it, style it, spray it, glitter it, wax it, do what you want. Then, of course, we have in the same pack FastCast White for you to try both. And this is where, that's not even the best one. Stay there, don't go anywhere. Because in the same pack we have FastCast. Now, this is a liquid that you can do this with. You can add pigment, you can leave it clear, and this is super smooth, completely opposite to the last I showed you, which was quite rough. This is a smooth silicone that will go literally from a silicone mold, resin that will go rock hard. And if I get these two together, they're solid. No smell, no mess, water-based and easy to understand. And remember, you could be doing balloon art, you could be doing pots, you could be doing anything for your home, painting. It's a really, really fantastic way to introduce resin into your craft room or your craft house. And the prices are incredible because we've got everything you need. And we have Aram here who's going to be telling us all about it and do some demos in just a second. But for $57.90, please go immediately to the website and order, because we know with a lot of the deals we've got, they come with a free letter and a silicone mould, and we want you to be able to get the letter that you want, because if you choose a letter, we want to make sure you get it. First, I won't shake your hand because you got your gloves on.
I've got gloves on.
You've got gloves on, I understand, because I've done this before. Because this is such an easy and safe product. This is more about keeping your hands clean than it is saving your hands, isn't it?
It is, because if you get a mess on your hands, you've got to stop everything, and whatever you touch, you're going to leave a white splotch or a black splotch on. So product is completely non-invasive. In fact, I can even show you by just smearing some on my skin afterwards. Right. It's not a problem, but gloves are
just like decorating,
just working clean.
Or doing everything in the garage or working on the car, you just cover your hands, don't you?
Yeah.
Listen, Aaron, tell us a little bit about the company and about these products, because they're quite innovative, and I haven't seen anything like this before. So give us a bit of a background.
So Eli Chem was established in 2000, so we are nearly 26 years old.
Wow.
Been producing resins, supplying resins to various industries all over the world. We partnered with Hobbycraft about 5 years ago, where we started supplying them the original AquaCast. So all over the Hobbycraft stores, you'll find the AquaCast. the standard white. The black has just been approved now, so that's going to be rolled out now to all the stores. We're very active in the art and craft industry in terms of, we do workshops. We run full-day tuition courses at our premises, which is just outside Guildford. So people come and spend a whole day with us. We work with art retailers all over the world. We have a very strong footprint in Europe. So the equivalent of Hobbycraft in Germany and Austria and Switzerland are where our products are found.
So, Dave, if an artist, and because artists are always looking for the new product, they've got the creative beginning, they got the ideas, but they're looking for the materials.
They're looking for materials that are easier, safer, and quicker, because everyone's impatient.
Exactly. And on that note, after finding out how amazing the company Eli Chem is, you're dealing with an amazing company. We've got about 4 or 5 minutes before our earlier resin that we poured is to prove the point. We're going to talk about the black in just a few moments' time. But can we quickly do a pour straight away?
We're going to do a pour with the Aqua Cast TURBO.
Just so people understand, this is water.
This is water. It's a water-activated system. It's mineral-based. So no smell, no harsh chemicals. Work at home, work around children and pets. Only thing is just keep your surface clean, wear gloves. It's cleaner. It's not through any other reason.
It's just because you're trying to keep the surfaces clean, that's all.
Correct, okay. So we're going to, it's a powder with water activation.
Yes.
The ratio is 2.5 to 1, but we're not going to worry about that because we'd have to get the scales out and zero them, and I'd have to take my gloves off. I'm going to eyeball it because I know the consistency that we will get once we have mixed the correct ratio.
And just remind us, the consistency we're looking at to give someone at home the idea.
It's double cream consistency.
Yeah, a pouring cream.
Yeah,
I would say.
But Dean, within that, it's very forgiving. You can go slightly off. In other words, you can have either slightly too much water or slightly too little water. It will still dry. It is not sensitive to that.
It would take a bit longer, maybe if it's wetter.
Not really. No? No. The only difference is that if it's too stodgy and thick, you can't get it to flow nicely in a mold.
Right.
And if there's too much water, like now, and it's really runny, then the excess water will come to the surface and it'll sit there like a little pool and it'll dry off on its own. Or you can dab it dry. So either way, the powder can only absorb a certain amount within its chemistry and will expel or reject any excess water.
Gotcha. Really fascinating, isn't it? Absolutely fascinating chemistry. Look at this.
So now I am going to also...
Now, obviously, you obviously mix into the size of your mould, because obviously we've got quite a big mould here. We're doing a C for H and C, but I bet you can't guess what it's spelling. You can, can't you? But the thing is, you might have small moulds, anything silicon-based, but make sure that you're using your silicon moulds just for silicon moulds for crafting. Of course, don't mix it up with the kitchen. And I know a lot of you out there already have tried other stuff and have probably invested in a lot of moulds. You've got a great collection and you've got some really lovely things. How about giving it a try with AquaCast? I've got a funny feeling, once you try this system with the moulds that you have, you may not go back to the other one.
It's very addictive, and it is certainly a trend. We talked about innovation and bringing out products, because over time, technology and chemistry changes as it does in any other walk of industry, whether it be automotive, cars, the internet, telephones, mobile phones, whatever it may be. Chemistry also makes strides forward. And as a business, we are always trying to push that, because we know that things change over time. You learn more about what chemicals can do, what they can't do, and you just push that envelope.
Definitely. And what the lovely thing is about us being here as part of the Hobbycraft team and part of the Hobbycraft brand, and I know that Aaron says it's in store, what we like to do on the TV screen is we can show you how it works, and a lot of times it's difficult to do that, and that's why this part of the business is here now from Hobbycraft, so we can demonstrate it for you live, and then you can go and make your purchase when you see fit. So, pouring.
So the viscosity is hit, or the consistency is like a double cream. I'm going to pour. I'm going to start in one corner, and I'm just going to let it self-level while it pushes the air out with it. That's, if you pour in one direction, it's easier for the air to get sort of expelled. Okay.
Now, does it have to be a silicon mould, or can I use other types of moulds?
Silicon are primarily the market-leading mould in the craft industry. You can use latex moulds. You can use wood. You can use steel. The only thing you've got to then do is line it with a release agent, or even people make a mould out of wood and then they line it with plastic sheet.
Okay, or what about greaseproof paper?
Greaseproof paper, yeah. Even that shiny adhesive paper that you used to have to cover your school books with.
Oh, I know, yeah.
That stuff there, because resins as such don't stick to plastics.
Right.
Thermoplastics have a very low surface tension, so the resin, whether it's epoxy or mineral-based like this one, cannot get a molecular bond to it, so it basically peels off very easily.
Brilliant.
Which is what you want in a mould.
Okay, so now we've done this, what's our next stage? We just leave it?
We leave it.
Do any tapping or banging or?
No, I mean, I'll give it a little bit of tapping, but because I left the mixture slightly on the runny side, it will allow the air to travel, the bubbles to travel. Remember, we've left this unpigmented, okay?
So can I put glitter in? Can I put...
You can put whatever you want in. You can put glitter in, you can put, you saw examples there of holographic paper, of, in fact, there's one piece there which you can actually use another mould to form a relief, to form a pattern or almost like a template.
Right.
We can go over there and I'll show you what I mean, or I can grab it and show you. Basically, so you can... This is the starting point. It's your template. You can add stuff.
What about, I've got loads of questions. So what about when it's nearly cured? Could I get something like a rubber stamp and just push it in just to get an indent before it cures completely?
Oh, we have customers that laser engrave it. We have customers that stamp it. We have customers that spray paint it. But the inclusion of solids, not a problem. You just add them in there, whether it be shells, leaves.
Because I'm thinking that if you go to the beach and you collect shells and pebbles and things of very sort of memories, come home and then put them into this.
Very much so, yeah.
Into this resin. It's amazing, isn't it? And this one will stay white. How would I make it clear?
So this one is not clear. The clear resin you want, if you want a fast curing system, is from the FastCast range or from our
But there is another
epoxy
one I
ranges.
can use, because I don't want you to get confused to think, well, I got it home and it's white and it's not the clear, because I showed you the clear. But let me just give you the details on the screen that we're getting right now. It's the Aqua Cast Turbo, okay, and the FastCast White. However, here's the kit that we're talking about. So this is the one, the specific one, and you get the FastCast White, hence the word white, and the alphabet in silicone as well, which you can choose. But the C, here it is, and this is what we're talking about. So we're going down this route, okay? Super shiny and white, but on the back, I've actually got the concrete version of the Aqua Cast. It's not heavy, but it's solid.
Yeah.
But it's still warm.
Yeah.
It's
it's something we call exotherm. So in order for an energy transfer to turn a liquid to a solid, you have a chemical reaction, and that reaction produces heat. So that exotherm, we can control the severity of that exotherm, because clearly it can't get too hot, because it may damage the mold, or it may burn someone if they try and demold it and they touch it. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, and it's not hot. I mean, it's like a hand warmer.
Yeah.
That's what it feels
It's a balancing act, because in order to have something that's very fast curing, you generally have to have quite a violent chemical reaction, which produces more heat.
More heat.
So you have to balance out the exotherm that's released, but the curing time as well.
It's just how did you get into all of this then? Is it something?
This was a family business that was started over 50 years ago, and myself and my brothers gravitated into it.
Wow, because it's a fascinating subject, isn't it? But a great part. Don't get you started. I bet you're one of those when it's your topic, isn't it? If you get you started, you go,
step into my office.
But I love it because it's all part of the chemistry that is a resin, of course, and that you probably heard when I put it down. That's about half an hour. Now, the black H has been in for about 20 minutes. We need about half an hour, you said?
Because a few more minutes, we can have a look at it.
Because the black one's very, very busy. So I tell you what, let's talk through the sizes of cup before we open the cast. Because I like the white, Dean, but the black one's awesome. You've probably seen some of the black products. This, again, it's a very specific product, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you can't white and throw loads of black ink in.
Exactly. If I can just grab
please.
two things to show you here. Let's take that one, and let's take this one.
Go for a walkabout.
By the way, what I was saying earlier about, you talked about what you can include while it's drying. Okay, so the crafters out there will know what a druzy is, or a druzy mold. It's basically a silicon sheet with texture or profile on it. Okay, so while the Aqua Cast Turbo was sitting in the mold, we then pushed the sheet of this druzy in so that it contacted here, which we then peeled off afterwards. So you have this negative space or relief.
That looks.
Yeah.
Let me give that.
So it's very sort of industrial, very, very aged.
It's beautiful, but I mean, it is a piece of art. And it's not just a pot. And where would you buy that? That does. Listen. It doesn't exist. And you go to somewhere abroad, we went to go into Portugal or something, you go into a gallery, and you're paying hundreds of pounds for something that's been pre-made and handmade. You go, how many of these are there? One. Oh, then you know that. Then you don't even want to know the price when there's only one. If there's like 1,000 of them, you think, yeah, fair enough. I'm probably going to pay 20, 30, 50 pounds for it.
You'll make 3 of those from one 2.5 kilo Aqua Cast Turbo.
So from that, I'll make 3 of these.
Correct.
Wow, look at that. That's beautiful.
We have a step-by-step on our Instagram. This video, the video of how we made that, is there. It's
I was
about 3
actually
minutes
just going to
long.
ask you that. Actually, can people contact you and look at some of the work
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
social media? You can get you on Instagram.
Instagram, Facebook, our
YouTube.
website, YouTube,
Beautiful.
everywhere.
Right. What about the other little
Right,
ones
so
you show me?
AquaCast, as you saw, the AquaCast Turbo, by default, it's white.
Yes.
Okay. Now, not everyone wants their finished article to be white, like our C. They want it to be black. Well, fine, then I'll just add a black pigment to it. However, because the white is so dominant and strong, you don't ever really end up with a complete black.
Right.
You end up with a grey.
Okay.
No matter how much you add in, because there comes a point where you add too much pigment in and you start to affect the chemistry of the material.
Makes sense.
So we stepped back and said, well, hang on a second, that's not going to work. Let's rather build a system from scratch. And trust me, it's not just a black version of the white, it's a totally different chemistry.
Yeah, well, we haven't got time.
And that's what,
look.
that gives you. Yeah.
You get that, but in black. But you need, you need to buy the black version. Let me give you the options, right? So you can have you've got 1.1 kilo, really, really busy, because I think people are dipping the toe in and go, well, I'll give it a try and I'll come back for some more. And that absolutely makes sense. 995 608 is the 1 kilo pot of 21.99. You like that because that goes quite nicely with that set, doesn't it? You'd add that to that, and it's sort of like the money you're saving sort of pays for most of that, doesn't it? Right. Also, though, if you want to take up to the next level, 3 kilos. But you said earlier when we were chatting, this is a 5 kilo workable product.
Yes,
because you're adding water.
You're adding water to it, so the workable material is far more than just the powder.
Exactly, because obviously if you're filling up a mould, some of it's going to be water. It's not all going to be powder. $32.99 for the 3 kilo Aqua Cast in black. 146340. But if you're serious, I don't know where to put this for a second. You hold that. If you're serious and you're going, oh, I'm making some proper pots, I'm going for it. Get yourself this, and this isn't even in the biggest one. We couldn't get, we wouldn't get the other one in because Nibba couldn't carry it in. $93.99 for the 10 kilos of Aqua Cast in black. If you've maybe owned classes or you've got visions, and also if you're running a business that does classes, doing stuff, and you get people coming to you who aren't really crafters on a day-to-day basis, they just love to come for the community and come to learn something new. This is perfect. Buy some molds, sit there, say, right, today we're going to use resin, and you know it's going to be safe, you know it's all water-based, and you know it's all mineral-based, and it's going to be safe for your people coming to your class. And I don't know if I don't know how to say this, money to be made. This is a business here if you want to maybe do some classes. 440626. So that's enough from us. We've got a bit of curing to go on, a little bit more moulds to pour. But in the meantime, go and check out your baskets. And remember, there's 10% off for us spending over £40. We've done it there and there. But also, someone could be winning the value of their order today back to their account because it's Craft Fest.
Summer parties are over, but have no fear, Craft Fest is here. From the 22nd of September, earn £10 credit on your account for every £40 you spend. And that's not all. Every single day, one lucky crafter will win back the value of their basket in credit. Don't forget, if you're new to Hobbycraft TV, sign up today and you'll receive an additional 15% off your second order. Join the Festival of Fun on Freeview 97 or watch online at hobbycraft.co.uk/TV. Craft Fest, don't miss it.
New to us at Hobbycraft TV, getting started is simple. Register on the website today and create your free account. You'll unlock all the same great perks as a Hobbycraft Club member, plus enjoy TV exclusive offers you won't find anywhere else. And here's the bonus. As a TV member, you'll get 15% off your second purchase with us. So don't miss out. Register today and start making with Hobbycraft TV.
So welcome back. I'm here with Aaron and we are talking Eli Chem, a company that produces resins which are mineral-based, water-based, easy to use, easy to understand and clean and tidy. It sounds great. Too good to be true? No, it's all here today. All here today. Now, Exciting times. We've been live, and we wanted to do this live because it's easy to say things, isn't it, and make claims and all that. But to do it live on the TV, and I said on an earlier show, it's time checks, it's 25 to 3 now, so this is a live show. We poured the black version earlier with AquaCast Black, and we wanted to sit on the front of the counter. There it is. It hasn't moved. I can turn this out now, can't I?
You can demold it.
So demold it is the thing, and I think it's so easy. And if you get silicone molds as well, now we haven't sprayed this with everything. We haven't put anything in it. It's just a standard silicone mold.
Correct.
Right. So. Oh, hello. Look at that. There you go. And it's okay, still warm because that chemical reaction is going on. But if you're looking for something, now I could start crafting with that. I could start painting that if I wanted to. What about, Steph's painting system, and you want to paint your flowers on there with Steph's painting system. Now, a few fingerprints, because obviously I've just taken it straight out there, and we are pushing our luck. You probably leave that for
the fingerprints you can wipe off afterwards anyway.
Yeah, but another 5 minutes. But there's so many now crafty ways you can use this. I mean, even now you can start chipping a few bits out of it, make it a little bit rougher.
If you remember, we had the white terrazzo chips in that mix.
We did.
Which are sitting just below the surface. So what you do is you'd get some sandpaper and you would start to roughen. As you roughen it, you expose the terrazzo like in those pieces.
Oh, that's what you do.
Because what happens is, although it's all in the mixture, when it contacts the mold, it compresses those fragments under the surface, so you can't see them now. But literally, you just start sanding, and that will be exposed.
I can't wait to see that. Honestly, that's good. We'll leave that in a little while. This is pure hobby, and it's hang on. Hobbycraft.
You have to think in a mirror image.
Hang on. There you go. There you go. Hobbycraft. See, HC. That's why we did it. You see? Did you guess? Of course you guess. But yeah, someone that I've got HC. They're my initials. Well, I'll leave that to finish off in just a moment. And how's the white doing? We done?
The white, the FastCast. Oh, sorry, we used not the FastCast yet. We used the Aqua Cast TURBO. Yeah, you go ahead and demold that as well.
Oh,
oops.
So
too late.
No, that's actually quite good because I like it when things go wrong. Now it's cracked and broken. Why is that? Is it we've gone too early?
We've gone too early, but also that again is an opportunity to infill it and to give it a really cool cracked look.
That?
Well, on those cracks, what we could do is we could have mixed some black and pour the black into the crack.
Should we do it? Should we fix this?
Let's fix this because if you do that, then there's enough space just to put the black into it, and then you'll have this really cool sort of.
I actually did that on purpose, obviously, because it's for TV.
Right. So let me get a cup, and then
that's a genuine gone wrong moment that we're going to fix. Now this is a starter pack. Just while Aaron's mixing up his next batch, starter packs here. Okay. I'm running about. You're going to get this package. It's there you go. You've got the 2.5 kilos of the Aqua Cast TURBO, okay, so your powder, and then you get your FastCast white, and you also hang on. You get a letter. I don't know which one it'll be. You choose what's left because I don't know what's left on there at the moment. So if I was to show you what the finished result would be, this is going to be your FastCast, which is that pure white, super shiny gorgeousness. On the back here, now obviously this is still fairly smooth, but if you want depending on the texture and depending on the mixture that you put in, you could make this a little bit rougher. You can make it a bit runnier, or even make it gloopy. And earlier on, just as a quick note, mentioned. Aaron was telling us about this. Blow up a balloon and slap it on, put your gloves on and just make it thick and gloopy and put it on with a knife or with your, it has got a bit of a Ferrero Rocher look about it, hasn't it? You do that in brown, that's definitely a chocolate. But then you can decorate the inside with sequins, and honestly, once you've made the product, how you decorate it entirely up to you because it's totally craftable. And that's the thing about this product. It's easy to use, it's safe to use, it's odor-free, it's mineral-based, it's water-based, and it's basically, it's something that is easy to use. But you know what I would do to that kit? I would add in, can I buy that? Okay. I would add in one of those. Well, you mix it up now. Add in a 1 kilo black as well into your baskets. You then have the two of the AquaCast, the black and the white, and then you can do what we're doing now. So if there's a little mistake, or if you want to mix the colours up, or you want to do some sort of technique, or just have a play and see what happens, that's worth it. For £21.99, add it to your basket. Does that make it over £40? I think it does, doesn't it? And by over £40, you get £10 credited back to your account for maybe to buy something else. So that's what it's about. And that's only until the 5th of October. So you got your account. So that's what I would do. What you would do with your money is entirely up to you. Are we all mixed up, Aaron?
Yeah, we are mixed. I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is actually hold those two in, take one out. Because then we'll make a lot more room for the black. So then we can have some.
I broke it.
We can have some continuity now. So we have the C being formed with white and then black and then white. Yeah.
So we've taken the broken piece out and we fill it with black.
Yeah. So straight into that gap.
See, what a wonderful, wonderful product.
And the nice thing is the products are completely compatible. So the black will bond to the white. The black will bond, the white will bond to the FastCast. They are completely interchangeable. You can use them together.
Look at it all bubbling. Look, see all the air bubbles coming out. That's happening naturally. And then, you see, now it's a happy accident, as we call them in the trade. That's exactly what we call
because
them.
we did that second one. I was thinking that we could have demolded because it was the end of the first show, but it wasn't. We did that kind of 10, 15 minutes into the second show.
Sure.
So we were about 10 minutes too keen when we demolded it.
Yeah, but I mean,
we've ended up with a.
But what happens with these bits and pieces? You don't just throw them in the bin.
No. You use them again. Like as I said, if you sand this back, I don't have sandpaper with us here, and it's a little bit of a messy job. You will expose the white, like in those
that's got the white at the bottom, isn't it?
So you'd crush this up and use that in your next project.
Got any sandpaper anywhere? We haven't, have we? You got any sandpaper?
Sandpaper, or even emery cloth, or even a stiff wire brush.
Nips, our floor manager, is going to see if we can find some sandpaper so we can give this a rub. I think that would be quite cool to be able to do that, won't it? Yeah. Look, listen, just to prove the point.
Yeah. Wear gloves.
Wear gloves, and it's purely for the fact, nothing to do with the product, because the product's on my hand and it's perfectly safe. It just makes a mess.
The black does, the white doesn't. No. The black does. It's very heavily pigmented to get to be black, otherwise you're never going to have a black. Yeah.
Right then, if you want to order yours, I'm going to give you in a moment because we've got to wait for this to do it, and that's an extra bit of waiting. But of course, with this particular system, it literally is minutes rather than days. So in that time, hopefully you can go and check out your baskets, and you could be the winner tomorrow to win that value back onto your account. Who knows? Could be you.
Seen something you love on Hobbycraft TV? Then shopping with us is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Item numbers are displayed on the left of the screen for products live right now. Simply head to hobbycraft.co.uk/TV. Browse what's on now, find other products you'll love, and simply add to your basket and follow the checkout. The first time you shop with us, you'll have the choice to create an account. Products will be dispatched and delivered straight to your door. You can also explore recent shows and find exclusive TV-only deals all in one place. Hobbycraft TV. Watch, create, innovate. Join us on Hobbycraft TV on Freeview 97 and online, where innovation meets inspiration. We're bringing you over 100 incredible brands, with exciting new products, live demonstrations, and exclusive deals to help you learn, create, and craft like never before. Hobbycraft TV. Watch, create, innovate.
Welcome back. We thought it'd be a really nice idea to go through some of the samples that Aaron's brought to us, and a bit of inspiration also to show you that the product's quite versatile. It depends on how you mix it and how you use it and etc. You can get different effects. I want to come back to this that we did early on. It's flown by. We're nearly 2 hours gone. This is like a honeycomb. It looks like a sponge. It looks like, I tell you what, honeycomb crunchy. You know,
exactly. Yeah.
Don't eat it. But again, explain how you get this technique, Aaron.
So this is possible with FastCast if you distress it. So FastCast resin gets on with pretty much anything on the planet apart from water. Doesn't like water. Water creates, so it is something we call hygroscopic, sensitive to water. Water creates an adverse reaction. That reaction manifests itself as foaming and frothing. So in a mold, you will get the foaming and frothing happening as it dries. and that really is your result.
But that you've used that as a benefit, or used it as another
Yes.
technique.
If you're an experienced user and you know how FastCast works, you can also experiment with what to add
So
in.
this is a journey, really, isn't it? And actually, the more you use it and the more you understand it, the more you'll be able to do that. Now, I've got to turn this back round because my producer's going to make, because you did say to me, you do know it's back to front. And yes, I know, so we'll get it back. But to get the poured on the front, because it looks like a cake.
Yeah. It's designed to look like, like it is a baked item, and then the icing over the top with pigmented resin over it.
And this is why the professionals that you supply love it, particularly artists and things, because they can be really inventive with this product, can't
Absolutely,
they?
yeah, they can.
And this is the sort of thing you've seen in galleries, maybe that cost hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds that artists are using, because they're using the right products. And this is what we're going to do at Hobbycraft TV, is bring you these products so you can start experimenting, and maybe you get the same sort of fun. I mentioned these earlier about the balloon technique. This you can, once you see this, you can understand how this works. Yeah. But this to me is a bit rougher. So how do I get this rough like this?
You keep the AquaCast very stodgy, and then you literally either use a scraper or even just your gloved hand just to create that texture.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a planet, couldn't it? I mean, you think all the planets. I remember looking back years ago when I had to do the solar system on a piece of wood with sticks and polystyrene balls. It took me hours. Imagine if I could have done them all in resin and been that dad. I mean, that is a Ferrero Rocher, isn't it? Let's be honest with you, to be fair. But it's a storage pot. It's somewhere to put your keys. It's somewhere. It's a piece of furniture, jewellery, I'd like to say, for your home. And someone's made it for you. I think it's something really nice about when something makes...
It's personalised, and it's very personal to
Pots
them.
obviously are the most obvious, but I do love this one that we mentioned again, because I think things that look old and aged and antique look better. So this sort of effect's easy to do.
So remember we talked about if you trap air in your mould, they will show up as holes in the casting.
Yes.
So again, what we would do is we would use it the way it's not meant to be used, i.e. very thick and gloopy, so that it doesn't run everywhere, and it keeps those cavities. Correct, and those cavities then give you that effect.
So you're abusing doing it deliberately wrong to get the effect that you want.
Yeah, it's not deliberately wrong, but it's pushing its sort of default practice. Really.
I understand the boundaries, and then whether it's casters or whether it's, but then of course those are the products but when you go to AquaCast Black, and this is where this is pretty cool, isn't it? You know. Yeah. I mean, it looks like concrete, doesn't it? And it looks like an award I probably would have won at some point.
Donut of the year or worst golf shot on the course. Yeah.
Never won that, Aaron. I think.
No. Yeah, heaven forbid.
I know this would go to. I might take this to Monday to with Dave, because he could probably. I'll give this out on Monday to my friend Dave. There will come a point on the course where I go, well, congratulations, that was the worst shot today. Yeah. Right then, whether it's plates, whether it's coasters, this is a very small array, but it's
determined by your imagination and your mould. And there are online these. I mean, we are not in the mould business for the simple reason that there's just too much
Millions.
out there. And you'd have to be stocking all sorts of different types, of which some people would only want small amounts. And I know companies that have got into the mould business and regretted it because they just have such a wide array and stuff slow moving. So we only really get moulds when we do these shows.
Sure.
And then we offer them as the bundle, as you talked about.
And I think an alphabet is great, because everyone can associate an alphabet, and you can do something with it. I look at the word craft here. Fabulous. If you want to get this, or you want to get either of the kits, let me just run through them again, because that's what we're here to do, and I'm very aware of the time, and I want to finish off with our last mould if we can. But to be honest with you, the first kit we have is the Eli Chem 2.5 kilo AquaCast TURBO. 1 kilo fast white and the upper silicone one. So this actually gives you, Aaron, the best of both worlds here, doesn't it? We get a bit of both.
You do. You get the black and the white.
If you want to go for the black, we've handed in some sandpaper. So
you've handed me a very fine grade sandpaper, so it'll take quite a lot of sanding.
Aaron, can I just nick you for a moment, because I just want to, if we can, just before we lose some time, I want to go through the kit again just to explain what we get for money. Now, first one is the 2.5 kilos of the AquaCast, and this is the rougher one, isn't it?
That's the AquaCast TURBO, the fast setting with a raw concrete effect. Correct.
So it's a raw concrete effect. It's not super shiny. It's that slightly more. And actually, I know it looks really good on the TV, and it is quite soft. However, it is more of a matte. We made this an hour ago.
Not even that. 45 minutes ago.
45 minutes. 45 minutes ago. And if I go, It's solid. It's ready to go, ready to paint, ready to spray, ready to carve, ready to stamp, or even engrave. If you want to get your Dremel out or something, do something like that if you want to. That's the first part. The second part, what do we got in here? We've got the FastCast, which is the shiny side, isn't it?
Extremely rapid setting casting resin, multi-purpose, can be pigmented, can be poured neat. This one has a dual personality because it turns white as it dries. Okay. So white.
But that's its default.
That's its default. Obviously, if you had pigmented it, you'd end up from a bright garish colour to a soft pastel colour in that whitening
And
process.
they will be available in the future. Obviously, if you want to add things at home, have an experiment. And bearing in mind that it's all sort of water-based and mineral-based products, so they're safe, they're non-toxic, and they don't smell. And that's what we're really excited about, you having the opportunity to give these a go. And if you've tried them in the past, you already know how good the deals are. One thing I will say before we start sanding, add one of these into this. This is separate. We've done it separate because we didn't want to make the price too high as a starter kit. However, if you do fancy adding the black, you're going to do your sanding now, I'll do this bit. Okay. I almost feel like an expert. The AquaCast in the black, of course, which is the sort of the same stuff, but a pure black, because you can't make black from the white because of the chemical reaction, etc., etc. That's the 1.1 kilo. If you want to go for the 3 kilos, now, this is a 5 kilo working product because obviously 3 kilos means 5 kilos because you're adding water, so a third of that will be water. So that means you'll get more volume from this. 146340 is £32.99. Or if you just go, right, have you got a bigger one, Dean? Yes, I have. 10 kilos. Look at that. This is like, you know, like the 10 kilos of paint that you buy. Actually, this year after the show, I'm literally going to open and finish decorating when I go back after this show. 93.99 440 626. Again, 10 kilos will give you a little bit more, probably give you about 13 kilos of a working product because you're going to be adding the water to that again. Now, I'm not sure how good the sandpaper is.
The sandpaper is a little bit fine, but we are getting there. We are exposing the white fragments underneath.
Yeah, we put the white fragments in. Remember, they were the bits that were left in the jar, in the cup, when we did our first mould. And rather than waste that, what we've done, we've broken it up into pieces and poured it into the mould before we put the black on top. Yep. And here it comes through. Look, it comes to white now.
The white will be there.
We've got the finest sandpaper in the world. Was that 240?
Very fine. Yeah. No, this is probably about 1,000. 240 would be perfect because it's much. Remember, the grittier ones are the lower grade readings.
You've got paper towel, haven't you?
Yeah,
but you can just start to see it coming through, though.
Yeah, you'll see more of it when I wash this off with water. But I just want to get as much as possible. All right, so let's just get a paper towel here, and we'll give it a good
on this. What we're going for, what we're aiming for.
Yep.
Terrazzo. Here it comes.
There was a cloth here earlier. I'll use that instead. The paper seems to be disintegrating.
Yeah.
This was unscripted. I didn't know we'd be doing this.
No, but this is good. This is because I want people to see things raw. Oh, Aram, yes. You see? You'll have a bit more time. You'll be taking a bit. You know, you can seal this if you want to, but that's the Terrazzo styling. Yeah. That is more cool than you realise. Yeah. I know you've been put under pressure, but look, and we didn't have the bring sandpaper next time.
Yeah, we didn't have
look. And there were the bits left over from your last pour, so you're recycling all the leftover bits. I like that. It's gorgeous. But of course, taking it to its extreme, there you go.
Yeah. Given a rougher grade, I would have had that looking like that.
Exactly. But then, of course, when you've got a sandpaper and you're in control of how it looks, aren't you? You're in control of how much of that white comes through. But it just proves, again, how important a quick setting, curing product is. Now, obviously, when we fixed our C earlier on, we haven't got enough time because it's still wet and we're never going to get that out. But what we'll do, we'll keep that, and then the next time we come on, we'll show you what we did.
We can start with that.
I think it would be important to you to understand that it actually sets. Now then, what about place to go to? If people want to do this and we're not showing it on the screens right now, where do they go to?
We've got a lot of resources on our website. We've got YouTube videos, how to do it, Instagram, Plus, we've got an extremely responsive
And do they type
customer
in
service.
Eli Chem? That's what you
That's
have.
Eli Chem Resins.
Eli Chem
or
Resins.
At Eli Chem Resins, one
Okay.
word. Or just Eli Chem, you'll find it on
And you
the
Google it
website.
anyway,
We've got a very responsive support team back at base.
Perfect.
We hop on, we've got live chat functions. We obviously respond
Well, there
to
you
emails.
go.
and
So
directly.
all that's included in the price, isn't it, if you think about it?
Plus, we do full-day workshops. People come and spend a whole day
Wow.
and do the stuff, and they take their creations home. So they come and they make stuff, and they take it home with them.
And that's what you want, full support and something new. I hope you've been excited. We're coming towards the end of the live broadcast here. However, just before we go, just a reminder that we're trying to give back as much as we possibly can. And if you're spending a few pennies with us, there's a chance for you to get something back when you go to checkout. Have a look at this.
Summer parties are over, but have no fear, Craft Fest is here. From the 22nd of September, earn £10 credit on your account for every £40 you spend. And that's not all. Every single day, one lucky crafter will win back the value of their basket in credit. Don't forget, if you're new to Hobbycraft TV, sign up today and you'll receive an additional 15% off your second order. Join the Festival of Fun on Freeview 97 or watch online at hobbycraft.co.uk/TV. Craft Fest, don't miss it.
Don't miss it. That's me, that is. $57.90 for your new craft today. Step out of your comfort zone. Do something a bit different. And this is for all the people that tried resin before. And let's be honest, you hated it. Okay, you think a bit smelly, it's a bit stinky. You were a bit scared of the chemicals. You couldn't wash up. Probably all the pots went hard. You threw them away. I know. The thing with this particular product, or these products, is they're all water, sort of the water reactive. They're mineral based. They're easy to use. They're no smell. You don't have to really use gloves. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. I don't know where that's come from, but the thing, it's nothing to do with that. It's just me. But the thing is, it means you can get involved with the kids and you can have a really good day moulding. But here's the big key. The thing that stops you doing it, you think, well, put that to one side. Don't knock it, because I've got to pull that out tomorrow. It takes about a day, just about a day to, or maybe 7 hours, 8 hours before I can take the mould out. Not anymore. 20 to 30 minutes and you're on the next stage of your craft. For example, if you were making this project at the top here, you'll be pouring the next stage on. You'll be painting in the same day. By the end of the day, you'll have that project. And as Aaron was saying with their classes that they take, people are taking home the things that they made in the class during the day. It's a great start. It's a great introduction and it's a great price as well. 834102 gets you the 2.5 kilos of Aqua Cast Turbo, which we showed you, which is that the concretey style that you're seeing right now. And then you get the Fast Cast White, which is nice pure. Now you can add colour to that. You can add pigments. You can add, I don't know, all the colours you got at home. Whatever you got, stick it in there and see what you get. I think this is a journey of exploration. I think it's one of the things where you need to just have a play with it. Buy enough so you can you won't make a mistake. It would just be a happy accident. Look at us. And then the silicone mould we're including today is a letter to get you started. But of course, you can use any silicone mould that you have. So if you've got silicone moulds from the past, some that you've used and you haven't had much success because you gave up, get them all out again, get started. And as Aaron says, online and across the world, there are literally hundreds of thousands of different moulds. And you could be making a little skull with a heart inside. And I straight away know exactly who I'd give it to. One of our friends. I know exactly who that would go to, because it's her thing, which is, you would absolutely adore that. Yeah, it might be actually. I was just getting a name put in my ear. I wasn't thinking of her, but yes. But also think of the people that you want to make for. But what about one last question? I'll get Aaron, come on, we've got last minute of the show. Yep. Are we allowed to make and sell with the product that we buy from you? So we make and we want to have a little business, want to make things and sell them to people. We can do that.
I sincerely hope you do, because that means you're going to make a return for your creativity, and then you're going to hopefully need more.
And then you'll come back to you. Yeah. So there's the honest answer. Yeah. And for people, I've tried to explain it as much as I can, but you're the expert. Just for someone at home who's just literally on the edge of thinking of trying it, but has been put off in the past with previous resin, what would you say to them?
Resins are becoming safer. Well, resins from the right manufacturers are becoming safer. So don't be put off by the bad experiences of the past. Call us, tell us what you were using, what reaction you had. Did it give you a rash? Did it make you out of breath? Did it hurt your eyes? And we can say, right, that's because you were using that. We think you should use this.
And that's when we get in touch. And that's the big thing about Eli Chem in association with Hobbycraft, is the fact we have that support and you can get in touch with them. I hope you come back soon, because it's been a pleasure.
If you invite me, I'll come.
you're definitely going to get an invite. And we're going to do this all over again, get some more samples. But next time, hopefully, we'll be able to ask you to send your pictures in of the stuff that you've been doing with your new Eli Chem AquaCast Turbo or FastCast White. Thank you for watching today. Thank you to all my guests today.
Thank you, Dean, for having me.
And don't forget to keep watching because there's so much more here on Hobbycraft TV.